Pace car on pit road. 400 miles, new distance for the spring race, and the green flag's in the air.
The old crossover worked already. We've seen that a lot of times. Logano and his teammate Austin Cindric let him up. I think you're going to see them maybe migrate out. I think the line is very interesting on this racetrack. I don't think you want to be caught in that bottom lane very long.
Oh, Blaney moves up in front of Keselowski to stop the advance of the outside lane.
It also puts those three teammates right in a row.
Penske 1, 2, 3.
As we see with the leaders there, as soon as he made that move, his teammates in front of him made the same move to keep those three tied together.
It's risky. We talked about it. Qualifying. Two guys literally spun out in qualifying. The last time these guys were in these cars, they were a handful in qualifying trim.
Right. B.J. McLeod and Christopher Bell both spun on their qualifying attempt before taking the green. Fords 1 through 8, Larson Chevy in 9th, Hamlin the first Toyota in 12th.
The Toyotas are what I'm going to have my eye on today. Talked about the speed in the Fords. It's pretty obvious. Look at them. 8 out of the top 10 right there. 2 Chevrolets, a Ford, Chevy. You got to look clear back to Hamlin in 12th. You just said. I think he's going to figure it out, though. He had a lot of optimism.
So it wasn't a good product for the fans.
Kyle Busch back in 18th position, right about, oh, trouble.
Bubba Wallace in the wall. Way too early for this, 10 laps in.
Happened midway down the back straightaway. First caution of the day.
It's like he got loose on the outside of Kyle Busch. Don't really know why. Outcome is he's loose and in the wall in the backstretch. You see that chain getting bigger. Everybody says, hey, that guy's coming, move down. Now all of a sudden that lane gets bigger and bigger and bigger as you get the closer you get to the front, just like you see Bell holding the charge right now. Who else is going to take that? Here it is, Tony.
Final lap, stage 1.
Those teammates door to door for second.
Blaney trying to make an advance here, but he's on the bottom. Keselowski edges him in the corner, and then Hamlin
made a move, and his teammate Cindric didn't go with him.
Here they come to the line. Joey Logano, who's led every lap so far, is going to win stage 1 from Cindric, Keselowski, Blaney, and Hamlin. Pit stops for the leaders, if we stay green, might be about 15 or so laps away, Larry says. So be a good time for a chilly March Sunday. Atlanta, crank it up on Fox.
Supposed to move down as you get closer. Small run, half, 1.5.
Than that big line that gets that slack in the chain and have to lift, push too hard, hit the brakes, slam on the brakes. It's kind of common. I've seen that quite a bit.
Well, I also wonder, it's his teammate. So is Logano taking care of his teammate and trying to help him out here? But it's such a risk with all those guys stacking up behind at the end of this stage. I just don't know.
Well, we'll see with what happens on the inside line. That's Denny Hamlin and Corey LaJoie. If they're able to gain a lot of ground, that means Logano's hanging back a bit.
Well, 2 to go here, Tony. When's the time to go? I need these points. I'm desperate. I want some points. How do I do that? What's going to form, and when do I jump on board with it?
Well, I think if you were hanging back, you got to go now, because you can't afford to let somebody get a run and get beside you and pull you back.
Logano's not even full throttle on the backstretch, Larry says. There's 12 cars packed up there, 10 stage point positions at stake, 1 lap from now.
I think that's smart for Joey Logano. The closer he gets to that pack, it gives those guys behind him an opportunity to utilize that draft as well, just like him. He's trying to slow them down, keep that gap in front of them. That helps him manage this lead. Final lap, here we go. Who's going to make the move?
Leader's full throttle now.
Look at that gap.
Look at that. There it is. Reddick's going for it. See, now they close that gap. Gives them that opportunity, just like I was talking about.
Coming to the flag for
Austin
stage
Cindric.
2.
Awesome. That's exactly. Bowman comes in for the push.
Austin Cindric, your stage winner from Tyler Reddick.
Of how you can't sit there and wait any longer to the end of the race to start working your way up there and trying to establish that track position. You got to go now.
I want to hear Tim Fido. Let's.
Whoa! He got turned by Chastain, and around they go.
Your brakes.
Kyle Busch is around.
Josh Berry, Busher into the wall. Josh Berry, a lot of damage on the front of the 9. That's all it took. We were just fixing to say, let's listen in to Tim Fido, talking into this blocking situation. The one got hard into his left rear and just turned him around. And as he did, I think his thought was right. Got on the right rear. I don't think it obviously wasn't intentional. And when he got to him with that head of steam, it got Kevin starting to get sideways. And by the time it was all said and done, now you're on his left rear, Tony, and where you really don't want to be. And look at the disaster.
Pit road is open, and this could be.
You can make it from here.
Yeah.
You can make it.
Thanks, Larry. Regan.
Like the one car, Ross Chastain made big changes last time. Those paid off. Obviously, that car went from the back to the front. Left side's only for him. A quick stop there. And the 45 of Tyler Reddick is told he only needs 3 seconds of fuel. Jamie?
And Denny Hamlin in the 11, a little bit tight overall today, a little loose up front. It was no tires for him. Eric Almirola, they didn't take tires last time. They said more of the same. We've got contact on pit road, Mike.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin exiting his pit. Ty Dillon trying to get into his pit, and they had substantial contact.
Look at this. Chastain's in the grass.
"65 laps to go as things get heated here in Atlanta."
You're in at 10.
Crash, Kyle Larson. Caution, lap 209. And Eric Almirola's gamble and great day ends up in the fence.
Blew a tire. You heard Larry tell us 45 laps on them tires. Long ways to go. The only ones that stayed out. Blew a right rear tire right in front of the field.
Neither's LaJoy.
Corey LaJoy right in the middle there of that number 7.
Coming to white
now behind
flag.
Logano. White flag, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Pick your block here. It's going up. He blocked him, much like we saw.
Outside. You got help coming. Outside, Joey. So
Put Logano right on the outside where he wanted to be.
Bell with a big push.
Big push coming bottom.
Now LaJoy to help Keselowski on the bottom. And the car that has led 139 laps today is going to lead 140. Joey Logano dominates Atlanta for Team Penske and Ford.
Wow. Takes me right back. Put him on that outside. Exactly where he wanted to be. Somehow, some way, he found a way to get there. Brad made a good block. There was just too many of them. You got to pick one of them or the other. You heard him talking and managing that all day long. He chose to go with believe it or not, Logano, which was coming on the bottom. And somehow he got to his outside by the time it was all said and done.
And that all started with Bell in turn 3 dropping to the bottom. It created all that havoc and started getting that chain unlinked.
And unlike every
car, guys. Freaking animal of a car. Awesome. Yes! Atlanta!
And unlike every other race this weekend, Craftsman Trucks, Xfinity, the 12 Hours of Sebring, the Cup Series had a clean green flag finish.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. You know, as hard as everybody was pushing, just unbelievable. Hey, Corey LaJoy, 4th place. Big run for them. Eric Jones, 8th. But man, the heartbreak goes to Keselowski. So close for that 6th car in RFK, getting that thing in victory lane that he wanted so bad.
It's the 32nd career win for Joey Logano and his first at Atlanta. He spent 4 years living in a condo above turn 4 here, looking down at this speedway out the window and wondering when, if ever, today.
Today's win, hey, you got to give it to him.
He absolutely did his job, and to get that lead on the bottom like that, I mean, that was impressive. Getting there and then having to switch, get to the top to get around Keselowski to get that win.
You said it. Bell making a move a little bit too early, surprising Reddick. He made the move, created this opportunity. Joey was down and out.
Just didn't chase him up far enough. He probably thought that Joey was going to go ahead and tug on the wheel and try to get under him.
Well, and I think he probably thought he stalled him out enough. I thought he stalled him out enough. Now you get to conversation. All right, now who's coming on to listen to what they've been doing? Made that block, stalled him out, get to the next line. Here comes LaJoy on the inside. I think he was looking over his shoulder to make that block, and unfortunately, 22 stayed right there with momentum.
First win of the season for Ford. They break the Chevy stranglehold on victory lane this year, finishing 1, 2, and 7. Toyota 3, 5, and 6. Jamie.
Joey Logano finally gets his first win here at Atlanta, and you just got a big hug. Your dad ran all the way out here to hug you. How did you guys nail this setup of this car? There were so many questions coming into it.
Yes, first off, it's so special to win Atlanta for me. So many memories of me and my dad racing right here on the quarter mile. And this is the full circle for us. So many memories gridding over there at the Legends car and racing and having a big time and dreaming of going straight at the quarter mile and going on to the big track. That was always a dream to do it, and to finally win here means so much to me personally, but to this race team, the Auto Trader Mustang. This thing was an animal. It was very, very fast, and was able to lead a ton of laps and race really hard there at the end and get a good push from the 20 to clear myself and enough of a push to get all the way to the end. So huge victory. Nice to get one early in the season. It always feels better, but what a great day for us.
Well, you dominated today, but it all came down, obviously, to the decisions you made on those last few laps. Take us through what it's like in this high-speed chess match, the patience, and, the commitment from your spotter to get it done when it counts.
Coleman's amazing. He's the best spotter on the roof by a long shot. He's given me great information the whole time. To be able to make the right moves on the racetrack. He understands it so well. That on top of the car that Paul gave me, just a really special race team to be able to maximize what we had here today. Fast car, great team. Say hey to my wife, my kids at home. Hey, guys, we're coming home with a trophy, baby.
Joey Logano wins for the first time this season.
Well, Brad Keselowski comes home in second place. Brad, seemed like you did everything right as the race played out towards the end there. So close at the end.
Yeah, just the bottom run came with a huge run. I don't know how. And I thought I had it blocked, and Joey just kept shaking, and his car didn't stall out. I couldn't get the push down the back. I thought, I'll just get a push down the back, and the 20 car just hauled down there. But great run on and off for RFK 6 Hawaiian Ford Mustang, and we were right there. Glad a Ford won. It was a heck of a battle. The coolest thing about this, Regan, is two veterans showed that you can run a race here side by side, bump drafting, and not wreck the field. I think that's the coolest thing. It can happen if you race respectfully, and I thought everybody did a great job. So we were right there. Proud of my team and the effort. Just not much we could do there.
Definitely great racing there at the end. This race team this season, though, has come so far from a year ago. How much pride does that give you?
Yeah, I mean, night and day from where we were a year ago. 100% Regan. And you just keep running like this, and the good finishes and the wins will hum.
Thanks, Brad.
Hey, race fans, thanks for watching our video. For all NASCAR on Fox News, content, and the best clips from Fox Sports, be sure to follow and subscribe to our channel.